There are numerous ways of doing this problem, but by far the best is to imagine it as we're trying to find a route and we're only allowed to go to certain points at certain times. We're going to keep track. Of course, we're actually trying to find how many ways we can make the word banana, but it's that kind of idea that's going on. So if we want to get a B, there's only one way we can do that. We have to start here. But then if we want BA, then we can either go to the left, sorry, to the right or down. So there's going to be one possibility here, one possibility here. Okay, now when we want n, we can either get the first n from the top right, so if we kind of carry on going to the right here, or we could go bottom left if we were to go all the way down, B-A-N. So there's one way here as well. And the middle one, actually, we could go this way or this way. So there's going to be two in the middle. And I'm keeping track then. That's the number of different ways that I can get the third n. Let me keep going in this fashion. So B-A-N-A. Right, now to get an A, I could, right, this is a here, so there's going to be three ways. I could get this A here, another three. This one down here, three, and three. Nice. So far, 12 ways of getting banner. Keep going. Right, the second N, or fifth letter overall. Okay, now there's going to be six ways of getting it here. Six here. Six here. I can't actually get top left. That's what makes this problem quite interesting. The lack of symmetry because of this point. But if we go for the middle one, there's actually going to be 12. Okay, and then finally, we want banana. Really neat method, and I hope it's clear what we're actually doing. Right, we want the third A or the sixth letter in total. So I'm going to have to add up quite a lot here to get this one here. It's going to be 18 because I can either come from here or from here. And then if I want this one here, it's going to be 12 plus 12, 24. If I want this one, it's going to be 12 plus 12 again. And here, I'm going to get 18. So overall, it's going to be 18 plus 24. And then we times that by 2, which is going to be 42 times 2, or 84. Neat. And the great thing about this method is that you could just easily keep going for, if you want banana, banana, um, or any, any other sort of word related to that. And you just got, of course, you've got to make a square each time and fill it in. But as the numbers get bigger and bigger, you can easily keep track. So in the answers, they use a different method and they focus on the first n that you could get. So either this n here, this n here, or this n here, and they try to build arrangements from that. I think it's a little bit confusing. I'm going to show a very similar method as an alternative. Got to say though, this is the one to kind of learn, and you can just see how powerful it is. But if you didn't realize that, which actually I didn't, I used a much clunkier method, then this is how you could do it. So we're going to start with B, obviously, and then I'm going to label some of the different A's. I'm going to call this one A1, then this can be A2, A3, and A4. And then just to be clear, I'm going to call this N5, N6, N7, and N8. I just don't want to use the same number more than once. So yeah, let's stick with that. So if I start with B, I'm either going to go to A1 or to A2. Now here's the thing, there is some symmetry to the problem, so I'm going to get exactly the same answers for A2 as I am for A1, so I'm just going to imagine it carries on, but I only really now need to focus on A1. If I'm at A1, then I can either go to N5 or I can go to N6. You can see how this is building up. And then if I'm at N5, I can either go back to A1 or I can go to A3 now. Okay, and then if I'm at A1, I've got two choices. I can either go to N5 or N6. And then from N5, I can either go to A1 or A3. Whereas if I'm at N6, then I could actually go to lots of different options, A1, A2, A3, or A4. So we're going to get 6 possibilities here. It's going to try and keep track of that. If I'm at A3, then it's slightly different actually because of this B causes a bit of a problem. So I do need to treat this a little bit differently. So I'm at A3, and now I can either go to N5, um, in which case I'm gonna get 2 again, because you can see it's going to be the same as up here. Or I can go to N6 and I'm going to get another 4. So maybe I'll just keep track of that. 2, 4. Or from A3 I could actually go to N8, and then I'm basically in a similar position to N5, so I'm going to get another 2. So like you can see you can speed it up a little bit. There's going to be 8 ways that I can create banana if I use A3 as my 4th letter. Now I'm at N6 for over here. I'm going to kind of do a little loop in line to make a bit more space. So from N6, I can either go to A1, A2, A3, or A4. But now, remember, I know if I'm at A1 on my 4th go, then there's going to be 6 possibilities because I figured that out from before. A2, we've not dealt with A2 on the 4th go, so let me come back to that. A3, we have dealt with actually, there's 8 ways. And then A4 is going to be the same. Oh, wait, it's going to be the same as A3 because of symmetry, so that is also going to be 8 ways. So let's just have a look at A2. I can then either go, although that's going to be the same as if I was at A1, I've just realized, sorry, because there's symmetry here. So if I'm at A1 and A2, I can then create the same number from there on. So I'm going to get 6 ways from that. So I hope I've explained that thoroughly. I've not like written down every arrangement because it just gets a bit too complicated. But I've looked at all the different ways if I went B to A1. So how many are there in total? We've got 3 lots of 6 and then 3 lots of 8, which is going to be 18 plus 24, which is 42. And then I'm going to get 42 from this way because of symmetry, and therefore overall 84. So hey, it works. If I had to add more letters, it would be horrible, but it does work in this case. Um, so yeah, that is our answer. 2 different methods. Well done with this question. Really good question and interesting methods to see.